These are my car's rusty, worn-out rims. Honestly, they've seen better days, and it's time for a change. And here's the transformation. Freshly painted rims that breathe new life into my car, total cost, just $20. Time to roll up my sleeves and get to work. I'm starting with a steel brush attached to my drill, tackling that stubborn rust and peeling paint. Now, I won't lie, this step was way more work than I expected. But documenting the process for my channel motivated me to keep going, and it's also my first attempt at something like this. Mistakes were made, and I'll be sharing those too, so stick around and learn from them. Next, I'm switching to 60 grit sandpaper for the areas the drill can't reach. It's all about removing as much rust as possible to get a clean surface. Now let's tackle those tricky corners with a small electric brush. Once that's done, I'll blow away all the dust with an air blower. Cleaning time. I'm using silicone remover and paper towels, repeating until the towel comes away clean. This step is key to prepping the rim for priming. To keep the tire safe from overspray, I'm carefully masking it with tape. Taking a little extra time here saves cleanup later. Let's prep the anti-rust primer by shaking the can for 2 minutes. When spraying, use light strokes. Don't do what I did at first and spray too much. Oops, I ended up with some paint runs from applying too much primer. No worries, just sand them down carefully with 320 or 400 grit sandpaper. Blow away the dust, then go over the surface with a tack cloth to make sure it's spotless before the next coat. For the regular primer, I'm using my AeroPro R500 spray gun with a 1.7mm needle. I've thinned the primer slightly for smooth application. Light, even coats are key. Drying time. I'm using an air dryer to speed things up between coats. Now I'm turning the wheel 180 degrees to hit any missed spots, then spraying a second coat of primer. After that, the wheel needs to sit for 24 hours before sanding. After 24 hours, it's time to sand with 600 grit sandpaper. The goal is a smooth, non-shiny surface for the paint to stick to. Remember to blow away dust from the wheel and sandpaper as you work. It makes a big difference. Another round of cleaning, this time with silicone remover and tack cloth. A clean surface is critical for a great paint job. Let's start painting. I'm using a silver spray can. It's a classic look that never gets old. Light strokes and constant motion prevent paint runs. The first coat should be light, and we'll let it dry for 10-15 minutes. Turning the wheel 90 degrees ensures full coverage. The second coat is heavier for a nice, even finish. After 10 minutes, it's time for the clear coat. I'm using my N-Tool 602 mini spray gun with a 1mm needle. The first coat should be light, just enough to cover everything evenly. The second clear coat is heavier, but don't overdo it. I made the mistake of adding a little extra after filming and ended up with runs. Learn from me and resist the urge. Let the clear coat dry for at least 24, or better yet, 48 hours for the best results. Carefully peel off the masking tape about 40 minutes to an hour after the second clear coat. Then let the wheels sit for another 24 hours to fully cure. And here's the final look, completely transformed and ready to roll. From rust to shine, this is the payoff. Don't forget to subscribe and follow for more DIY transformations.